On November 4th of last year, police shot and killed 30-year-old Joseph Tyndall after a short chase. KY3's Eric Hilt has more on the shooting and the investigation into that decision to pull the trigger.
Ethan, it's a view of a police shooting that you don't usually see, but dash cam and security video show the tense moments before the deadly officer-involved shooting. In just 14 minutes, a traffic stop
I heard a tire squealing on a vehicle.
Turned into a deadly shooting.
203, we need EMS in here. Get a shot fired.
With 2 Springfield police officers pulling the triggers.
I just kept thinking he's gonna shoot us. He's gonna shoot at us.
Just after midnight on November 4th of last year, officers say 30-year-old Joseph Tyndall got into a minor car accident, drove off, and was stopped by Springfield police. That's when Tyndall got out of his car and took off. During the chase, Tyndall tripped. You can see him fall on this squad car's dash cam, and that's when officers saw a gun.
When he rolled over faced up, he had a gun in his hand.
He put the gun to his head and began walking backwards, kind of away from us.
He's got a gun to his head. We got him at gunpoint.
Tyndall kept the gun to his head and kept running, at one point trying to steal a car that was driving down Turner Street. And as several more officers arrived at the scene, he continued to threaten to shoot himself. After pleading with Tyndall for 8 minutes, officers shot Tyndall with beanbags. Officers say then he pulled the gun away from his head and fired a shot into the air.
Had it directly in front of him, shot one round straight into the air, and then immediately kind of bent over and stuck it back to his head.
After the shot, Tyndall walked out of the view of security and dash cameras and toward the Rest Haven Court Motel.
I definitely feared for the safety of everybody here with his sporadic behavior.
I told him that he wasn't going any further. Whenever I said that, he turned and looked directly at me, and then he immediately started to spin or turn towards my direction. It all happened pretty quickly, but he spun, the gun was coming down, and I fired a round.
It felt like a second. I don't know how much time it really was. I heard the gunshot from my left. I fire my gun as Russell shoots a second time.
Tyndall was shot 3 times in the chest and back. Twice by Sergeant Ryan Russell, and once by Officer Thomas Gross. After a 4-month investigation that examined more than 200 pages worth of evidence, the Greene County prosecutor ruled the shootings were justifiable, citing Tyndall's erratic behavior and his willingness to shoot his gun. The medical examiner found methamphetamine and marijuana in his system, and police say in the month leading up to the deadly confrontation, Tyndall committed several other crimes, including leading Oklahoma State Highway Patrol troopers on a foot chase and stealing the Joplin Fire Department uniform he was wearing that night.
I'm looking for the spent shell case, and I have some blood in the parking lot.
Now again, prosecutor Dan Patterson has ruled this shooting as justified. He ruled that in March. Missouri law says deadly force can be used if an officer believes it is immediately necessary to arrest someone who falls into one of these 3 categories. If that person has committed or is attempting to commit a felony, if that person is attempting to escape by the use of a deadly weapon, or may otherwise endanger life or inflict serious physical injury unless arrested without delay. In this case, Patterson agreed with police officers that Tyndall was trying to escape with a weapon and was a danger to other people's safety.